Hi Priya, so happy to connect with you.
Thank you. So am I.
Yeah, so we watched the trailer, we really loved it, and not just for saying it, we actually did. I'll tell you something, whenever a biopic is made on some personality who's not been in the public, purview, who's not been in the spotlight, you get very intrigued. And that's what
Yeah.
happened. Like we went back and we read about the man, and
Hmm.
had you guys not told us about that it's based on a true story, we wouldn't
Hmm.
have believed it because it seems too idealistic. It seems too
Hmm.
righteous for a man like that to,
Hmm.
be in this time. What I want to ask you first is,
Hmm.
considering you've worked so much, considering you've been working for like, such a long time, are there certain set parameters that you follow when you embark on a journey, when you go on a project? Are there, certain points in your mind that needs to be fulfilled?
First and foremost, that which story are you a part of? I think that's very, very,
Okay.
very important for me.
Okay.
And what am I contributing to the story? What am I contributing? My character. I mean, I know that it's Costa's journey. I understand
Yeah.
that it's his life,
Yeah.
and more dominantly his professional decisions.
Yeah.
But it's also important that how one's personal decisions and how one's professional decisions affect their
Yeah.
personal life terribly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at what cost?
Okay.
You would go all out and do something for the nation,
Yeah.
but at what cost?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's always easy for us to sit and judge the family and say that he was doing it for the nation.
Yeah.
It's for the greater
No,
good,
I'll that brings me to another very, very intriguing thing that I saw in the trailer. There were two snippets of you. Like the first one, where you were defending Costa in front of a third person. You were telling him how, you don't, you should respect the man. Cut to, there was a scene at the end where you were having this very fierce argument with him that you don't love your family. That's where I think the cost comes in. That, okay, he's righteous for the society, but the repercussions are going to be there on the family also.
Yeah. So I think that representation of family is very important for me in the film and in the story. So for your going back to your first question, what makes
Yeah,
me take these decisions and what decides that I will be on this journey is
yeah,
what importance do you have in the story as a whole? What contribution do you
okay,
have? More than importance,
okay,
I think what
okay,
contribution do you have? If you take away the family side of Costa, you
yeah,
will only see his professional fights. And
yeah,
but for a to understand what a human or a person goes through, that's not enough.
yeah,
Because when you're actually even struggling in your professional life, the repercussions
yeah,
you always see in your at your family front,
yeah, yeah, obviously,
in your
yeah,
personal front. Yeah. So it's
yeah,
important part of it, part of
yeah,
his journey. And because he is a
mm,
part of our journey, it is important part of our journey as well as a family.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think these were the key pointers where I think, these are the it's basically the story, and what you do and what you how you have been portrayed in the story are the key
yeah.
pointers where I decide whether I want to join this or no.
But has it ever happened? See, like from the scratch, if we talk about when the first narration was given to you or the script was given to you, cut to the final draft, a lot of times it could happen the execution or the projection which you have in your mind, it can't,
Might not
it
happen.
just doesn't come like that, right? So are you a good judge of that? Like, do you have certain like things, this will turn out to be good? Like, I have this gut feeling.
I think I do. I haven't gone wrong so far. So far.
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
I haven't watched the film yet.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm sure, and I also had a word with that's why I said it's very important to see how the arc of your character is in the entire
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
If it is, like I said, for you to feel that empathy for and sympathy for Kostau, it is
yeah,
also important for you to see how he fails or succeeds or what happens at the family front. So you have to
yeah,
feel it in your gut at the core while watching
yeah,
it as an audience. And for that, you have to see that everything is falling apart for him. To
Yeah.
feel that, you have to have that stronger family aspect in life. So you
Yeah.
cannot take that away. Sorry, my
How
bhabhi just gave me a cup
important
of tea. Sorry.
it's too hot here to drink tea actually. Like I'm in north right
I'm in
now. It's
US. I'm
boiling.
in US
Oh,
and it's
oh, oh.
pretty,
You
I'm in
should drink
Washington,
tea.
DC, and it's pretty cold here right now.
In that trust, like in that, like when I talked about the intuition of how the projection is going to be as compared to the first draft,
I
how
think, sorry to cut
important.
you, but that depends on
Yeah.
the director. Once you have a discussion
Yeah.
with the
So
director,
yeah,
you understand it. Yeah.
as an actor, what is the ideal dynamics that you like having with the director? Like in this case, if you talk about Sejal Shah,
Yeah.
what is it that makes you comfortable on set where you can be in your skin and you can perform to your best abilities? Like, what is it that you want ideally?
Sushil, I'm liking your questions. Nice. um, very, 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 and I want to say this as a like a blanket thing that all actors are a little insecure. Okay, we all are.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Insecure in a sense, we don't know how we'll be portrayed unless the entire film relies on me. It's on my shoulder. Then I'm very confident that how I have the entire screen for myself. But when
yeah,
you are performing characters, you don't know
yeah,
how well it will be captured on camera. And
yeah,
for me, it's very important to have that open discussion and dialogue with the director without any filters. And if the director
yeah,
is able to give me clarity and build that
yeah,
trust, I think that's
yeah.
where I go along with him, with the director. In this case,
Okay.
Sejal ma'am did that right in the first reading. I
Yeah.
actually didn't want to say it, but I'm saying it now because I really liked your questions. I didn't actually want to say this, but when we had the first reading, she
Yeah.
told me that even though the screen time is less, for me, she is like Shefali Shah in Satya.
Oh, okay. That's a very, very interesting,
See, it's a Satya's
you know,
film. The entire film is
yeah,
Satya, but you remember Shefali
yeah,
Shah for what she does.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she told me that I'm seeing that stronger presence of a woman
Hmm.
in his life, and I see
Yeah.
that arc of that woman character in the film.
Yeah, I think it's justified in the trailer also. Now that I think about it,
Exactly,
like
exactly.
the two
So I think this is
scenes. Yeah,
precisely the reason an actor like me would never think of a screen time
yeah,
in this space. I would
yeah,
definitely want to go along with her and hold her hand and say that, yes, I'm all in. Because I know
yeah,
what kind of portrayal of a woman she is looking at in
yeah.
cinema. And I think that was really exciting for me.
Okay, so having considering Sejal Shah is there, but what if it would have been a male director? Uh,
Yeah,
like
true.
for example, we have been talking about so much of like male gaze. We can understand, but we still can't understand really, the perspective of a woman. Do you feel that
Hmm.
somewhere it somewhat accentuates, maybe 10%? Obviously, the writing is good, everything is good, doesn't matter if it's a female or
Hmm.
male, but then it's coming from a very personal and sacred spot if it's a woman director. I feel that. Um,
Hmm.
which
I
cannot
I
be,
feel
replicated.
I feel the understanding of a woman's emotion and being
Yeah.
non-judgmental about it comes from there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's very easy, like I said in the beginning, it's very easy to say ke, he's doing it for the nation, why are you cribbing, why can't you
Yeah,
just take care of
yeah,
the family? But it's
yeah,
not that easy. It's when you are
yeah,
actually living that life, it's not that easy. And when you watch the film, you know that Maria does go through a lot because of Costa's decisions.
yeah.
And it's very
No, obviously,
difficult as a
I
woman,
read
as a
that.
mother of three
Yeah,
kids, to go through so much and still stand by that
yeah,
person. At one point, you will break. At one point, you
yeah,
would want to look at your life differently and you would want to, this is not what I asked for. This
yeah,
is what you
yeah,
are asking for your life.
yeah,
So when a
yeah,
marriage happens, marriage is never one person's decision. Marriage is two people's
yeah,
decision and they together create that equation. Now, if one
yeah,
person only thinking about his passion and profession and honesty and whatever patriotism,
yeah,
then the
yeah,
second person cannot quietly just go along. go with the
Yeah.
flow. The person, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate, and that probably comes from a woman director, that she voices her opinion. She voices
Yeah.
what she wants in life. She says, she
Yeah.
goes all out and asks for what she deserves.
Okay. So, not going into the spoiler bit of it, I've also not watched the film, but is that conflict going to be a pivotal part of your character? That you want to defend the person as because he's a righteous man, he's a right man, but what do I do of the repercussions that are coming on me and my family? Like as a wife, as a mother, you know, it's not fair to me also. I didn't sign up on the journey with you.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going to be.
I think you've got it right. Everything you've got it right. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I didn't sign up for that journey
Yeah,
of being righteous. I just asked for a
yeah,
very simple family life. And you didn't tell me this when we were getting married, that this is how it's going to be.
yeah, yeah.
If I'm,
Because he does take it to very extreme lengths. Like in the trailer, also, he says, no,
yeah,
you,
he
you
does
can
that.
kill me, but I'm not going to give up the
Yeah,
investigation or something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Sometimes it happens so that you are so into it that you don't realize that what extent you are going to go and
yeah,
what repercussions
yeah,
it is having on your family or the other personal life, because that person is so driven by the passion and the honesty, and the
Can it
drive is
can it
different
become
for that
a
person.
can it become a parameter for you not prioritizing your family and over your professional life? Like,
No,
can it
I think
somewhere
it's
be?
just No, I think it's just expectations that change over a period of time. You know,
Yeah,
Someone wants to. I think I also feel that it's right on Kostov. I wouldn't judge Kostov for that. I would say that probably he wanted to take family for granted at that point of time and say that मैं कुछ भी करूँ, I think my family is going to be there and that they should be there all the time. But
yeah,
whereas the family probably would say that this is not my choice. Why should I live a life that is not my choice? I
yeah,
married to you was my choice. To have kids with you was my choice. To live a
yeah.
life with you is my choice. But to live the life what you are leading us
It's not.
into
Yeah,
is not.
yeah, yeah,
So, and I'm saying that it's not right for us to sit and judge women in this space.
yeah,
It's very important for us to see it objectively without any
yeah,
judgments, and just put
yeah,
yourself in both the situations and see both of them are trying hard, and it's
yeah,
it's too difficult for both of them to be what the other person is expecting them to be.
yeah. True, true, true.
And that happens a lot of times in real life, in whether
Yeah,
you are Costa or you're not, whether you're a righteous man and patriotic and doing things for your
yeah.
family or not. It just happens in your everyday life too. So,
I think
yeah.
I think passion in any field can't be understood. Like you can't expect the other party to understand your zeal, your passion, if it's going to be that any field, if it's going to that extent that you're ready
Yeah.
to, live or die for it.
Yeah.
And you just don't want a normal life. People
Yeah.
around you are doing that, but you can't. So
Right. But I mean, I'm still saying that's also very inspirational.
it
To
is, it
have
is.
that kind
Obviously
of
it is.
passion is very inspirational.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, it was great talking to you,
Thank
Priya.
you,
I
Sushil.
hope the film does very well. I hope it lives up to the expectations. And yeah, so best of luck for that.
Do watch the film on 1st of May. It's coming on Z5
I will.
Global. And do let
I
us
will
know how you like it.
definitely.
And
Yes,
spread the
yes.
word.
Yeah, we will definitely,
Thank
definitely.
you.